Hi, I'm Melanie from Nova Scotia, Canada, and this is Adventures in Groceryland. This week, we have spent $45.96, and that's important. It's the third spend so far in July, and that is important because our first spend of July was much higher than what our normal is. So we're just being mindful of the amount of money that we're spending. So one expensive week at the beginning of the month, and then some more moderate weeks, and we'll still be on track for what is normal for us. We had some company this week. So my sister and my niece were here for the weekend. And then kind of on the last day of the weekend, that turned into a big family function. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12. There was like 12 people here, and then plus a couple other people at the end, and 5 dogs. And then also one night this week, we had company. So that's a lot of company. And one of the meals when my sister was here, we did eat out. I'm going to include a picture of what I ate out. I was actually moderate with my lunch, but still, when you're eating out for lunch, I think my total bill was around $17, and that's just for lunch. When you think that I spent $45.96 for all of our groceries, and keep in mind, I'm buying $45.96 worth of groceries, but that's not what I'm eating. That is supplementing food that we already have in the house, or we're just totally eating food that's out of the pantry and the freezer supplies, and then resupplementing that with items that are on sale during the week. So when you have a really stocked pantry, it's very, very easy to spend less because you're eating supplies that you've already purchased on sale, discount, or clearance. So I really feel like I could eat a variety of meals. Like if I just thought, oh, I'd like to have lasagna, well, I'll just go in the freezer and get out ground beef. Or, oh, I'd like to have fajitas, I'll just go in the freezer and get chicken breasts out and thaw them and cut them into fajita strips. Oh, we'd like to have fish burgers, well, I'll just go in the freezer and get them. So when you have a really stocked pantry and on a whim you decide that you want to have something, you can, because you're just getting it out of your own supplies. And then when those items go on sale, again, you just restock the pantry. I find that that is a really frugal way to live. Eat from yourself and restock your supplies from what's on sales in the flyer and what you're getting discounted in store specials. Another way that I am very frugal is I'm a point saver. I coupon, and I try to match up as many of those things as possible with existing sales, in-store specials or flyer sales. So one of the types of coupons that I use are fast fuel coupons. If you've watched any of my videos whatsoever, you will have seen these in the past, but there's a change to fast fuel coupons. So in the past, fast fuel coupons are printed white on the back. They're a coupon that you get if you buy your gas at Sobeys Fast Fuel, and then you can use this coupon as cash. So this one's for 41 cents. So I could use it as cash at Foodland or Sobeys. However, so you'll notice this is plain white. Crafty people have started to take advantage of this program by photocopying coupons. So to minimize loss in this way, fraudulent loss, they have changed, as in Sobeys Fast Fuel, has changed their coupons. So they still look the same on the front, but on the back, they now say Fast Fuel. These are still redeemable. So the ones with the plain back are still redeemable until August 24th. So make sure you spend yours so that you don't lose them. Moving forward after August 24th, these will be the only kind that are acceptable. So if you have a stash, so I had a stash, but I spent them a couple weeks ago when burgers were on sale. If you have a stash, make sure you use them up. I just wanted to say that because I talk about them a lot. Fraud is never great, and it's disappointing that so many people started attempting fraudulent fast fuel coupons by photocopying them. They had to take these measures, but it is what it is. It won't affect you if you're not trying to perpetrate fraud. So just use up the ones with the plain white backs before August 24th, and then moving forward, all of the fast fuel coupons will have that fast fuel in green across the back. Thank you for tuning in this week. We had some really great meals. I will say I am burgered out. I will say more about that in the wrap up. Check out the meals. They were very good, and I tried to be creative, and we did eat down more items out of the freezer. The convenience of these items makes me want to buy these right now. I love stuffed mushrooms. And these ones are stuffed with that crab dip, that imitation crab dip that I just made last week. These ones are stuffed with spinach, bacon, shrimp. So when I'm trying to mentally do the math, this is honestly not a bad price. Those mushrooms look like creminis when I look at them, which are a different price point. And if I had to buy all of these items, I actually do want to use up some of my fast fuel coupons because those are switching over. I think I'll grab some of these. I was going to make some broccoli salad and was looking for some of the pre-done bags, and I'll be honest, I'm not in love. I'm not in love with the broccoli inside of this. I think I'm just going to go and check and see how much it would be if I got the salad pre-done. This is $5 just for the broccoli, no other ingredients. This has been a long day. I am tired, and when I went through the cash, guess what? I forgot to ring in the fast fuel coupon. So you know what I did? I went back and I got some broccoli salad, and I used my fast fuel coupons on them, and I ended up paying 5 cents. So that's worth it. So far this week, I have spent $45.96. We are having some company. So I did have a mind for a few things that perhaps I wouldn't normally have picked up. However, some of the items, like these stuffed mushrooms, I just wanted to get those. I just foolishly did not remember to give my fast fuel coupons for payment. So I've only shopped at one store. We were totally out of milk. I got Natrel, and it was $5.49, which is a little bit cheaper than normal. Sobeys also had a variety of different of their burgers on for $9.99 this week. It's a really good week to buy burgers. Now, not the jalapeno, not the Gouda, but the regular beef burgers, and I really like the Compliments brand, were $9.99. So you could get 3 boxes for $30. If you were getting regular priced, a lot of them would be $14.99, $15.99, so you would be getting 2 boxes for $30. So I think that's a really good buy. But included in their deal were chicken burgers, and I've been craving them. We don't have any. I'm excited, and we have done really well making some space. So chicken burgers for in the freezer. They had matzah. They had some little appetizers, a bunch of little appies on sale this week for $4.99, and I didn't have the chance to prepare anything. I usually have a bunch of stuff when we have company over, and I thought for $4.99 this was really fun. We all like matzo sticks, and we all like jalapenos. They had crackers on sale for $1.77, so this is even cheaper than the hit of the month at Superstore, and the hit of the month at Superstore is limited varieties, not including the Swiss. Oh, I suppose I could turn them around so that you can read the English side. We needed hamburger buns. Hamburger buns were $3.49, and the store brand was also $3.49. So I got the dumpsters, just an 8-pack. For Sunday morning breakfast, we are going to make breakfast biscuits like what Tim Hortons has, and we are going to use these
tea biscuits, they're $4.99, and I'm just going to pop them right in the fridge, and they'll last for a day until Sunday. Then I got a pecan pie for us to have as a sweet dessert. If you can even believe the cost of pies now. A pecan pie is $9.99. So because I got $5 off, it was half price, so $4.99. But I think that's, I guess in my mind, I think that's what a pie should cost, $5. The stuffed mushrooms were $4.04 and $4.72, and I'm really looking forward to these. I did find other broccoli. So this broccoli, and I actually had to dig through. So when you pulled them out, all along here on probably the first 5 bundles that I picked out was slimy, like rotten kind of slimy. So I thought I was not going to be able to get any, but then I found this one. I was happy with it, $2.49. And then the big splurge was the pre-made broccoli salad. We are going to have that for supper tonight. So $6.79, and you can see here, I used my fast fuel coupons for that. It's not something that I normally buy, but we had a hectic day and I knew I was going to be getting home late after the company arrived. So that's going to be tonight for supper. I do have room left in my budget if I need to pick other things up this week. Not tons. I'm going to say, like, let's try to keep it under $60 if I need anything else. And if there's something that we end up wanting to get that's more, that would bump me over that, then I guess I'm going to be reduced to redeeming points, either Scene Points or PC Optimum. We are going to split the last of the leftover soup today, and I'm going to use these leftover buns that were in the freezer. Really, they do need to be toasted in some way, so I'm going to use them to make mini pizzas, and that's what we're going to have for lunch. Some little pieces, bits and pieces, can be turned into the pizza toppings. We have lots more pepperoni, but there was like a small piece that had been left that was already cut. This pepper is left over from my sub last night. The mushrooms, some onions, we'll make it work. And I just slid those into the oven. I just pulled the little mini pizzas out of the oven. We get to need to get that soup heated up, and we're going to start eating. Yay! We are having hamburgers for supper tonight. We are going to top them with cheese, and we are going to have broccoli salad and stuffed mushrooms to go with it. Burgers are done. We've got them on the plates. Everybody is going to serve themselves and put their own toppings on. And here is the broccoli salad. Yes, I paid an exorbitant price for this. And stuffed mushrooms. These are going to be a hit tonight. I know it. My sister brought some dill pickle spears for a snack. We put these in the air fryer on 400 for 8 minutes, and then we flipped them all over. We put them back in for 7 more minutes, and then an additional 2. This is sour cream mixed with salsa, which we're going to use as a dipping sauce. I wasn't actually planning on having burgers again tonight for supper. However, I did not take anything out for supper. So when we kind of clued into what are we going to have for supper around 3 o'clock this afternoon, you know, all of those options, chicken, meatballs, even wings. I had a whole chicken. All of the options, steaks, were frozen. So what can we easily cook from frozen is burgers. My sister and the handsome one are going to have the jalapeno cheddar. Myself and my niece are going to have the same ones that we had last night. There's 2 of those left, and we are going to have those topped with Gouda cheese. I am going to make a homemade sidekick. I'm going to use bow ties. We're going to have 4 cheese Alfredo, and I'm going to put some bacon bits in it and maybe a few veggies as well. I have cut up 3 of the mini peppers that we had just for some color. I've got some mushrooms I'm going to cut up quick, and these are already in halves. I am going to try to split that in half, but I might not be able to. I might just get one of the whole halves in there, so it's going to be a spinach sidekick with bacon. I was unable to separate it, so 1 half is in there. We've got the noodles, the mushrooms. Woo! lots of steam. So this is starting to cook, and once it is done, I'm going to drain it, and then we will add the Alfredo sauce and some bacon bits. We decided to throw these in the air fryer as well. It's a half a bag that we've got left. We'll give a couple to everybody. This is looking really, really good. Added about 3/4 of the jar of sauce. That gives me enough for another sidekick or side for perhaps a lunch. Supper tonight is burgers topped with Gouda cheese, onion rings, a homemade sidekick. So it is pasta with Alfredo sauce, peppers, mushrooms, and spinach. And on my burger, I have onions, pickles, mustard, and ketchup. I'm making a dip tonight. It is a hot ranch dip. So I've got a half of a block of cream cheese. I have already, tongue-tied. I've already heated it and stirred it. I have a half of a cup of mayo that's going to go in here and a half of a cup of grated cheddar. I'm going to add some ranch powder, some chipotle powder, and some bacon bits. Normally I'd add another dip into it, but I'm out of it, so it's just going to have to be without that tonight. Cheese is in, and in the ranch, spices and cheese, bacon bits. We'll get this all stirred up, and this is a hot dip. We'll bake it in the oven. I've got the dip made. I've got it in a little ceramic bowl. This is my cactus bowl that I got from Value Village. And I'm going to put this in the air fryer. We'll heat this up, and we're going to eat it with crackers. This looks delicious. It smells really good. I let it get extra toasty on top. And we're going to serve this with crackers. For lunch today, I am going to make breakfast biscuit sandwiches. So I'm going to use these plain tea biscuits that I got at Sobeys, bacon, eggs, cheese. We do have lettuce and tomato. I'm not sure if we're going to add those on top of them yet, like breakfast BLTs, but we absolutely can. I'm also going to throw some of these hash brown waffles into the air fryer to go with the sandwiches. I'll do the bacon first, and when the bacon's done, I'll put the eggs in here. I could have just thrown the eggs in egg cups inside the oven. Not egg cups, muffin forms inside the oven, but I really am still trying to keep as minimal amount of the stove, the actual oven on as possible. I find it really heats the house up, so trying to use the bake feature in the air fryer, which is what we've got the hash browns on, instead of the big oven. Hash browns, bacon are done. I am just finishing up with the eggs, and the biscuits I'm heating in the air fryer on bake now. It's already warm because we cooked the waffle hash browns in there. So I'm going to put a little bit of butter on each one, and then we'll quickly make the sandwiches and get everything together. Okay, eggs are on. Let's do cheese for everybody. Oops. And let's get bacon. Oops. And I did cut tomatoes. So 3 of the sandwiches have tomatoes and lettuce, and 1 just has lettuce with no tomato, as per request. This looks pretty good. Excited. Randomly, we have a whole family function that is happening. We are having hot dogs, sausages, and burgers. People are starting to eat now, so I wanted to take a video to show. My sister brought hot dogs. My parents brought hot dogs. Shane and I have burgers and sausages. We have relish, pickled peppers, ketchup and mustard. Very simple, no sides. Leftovers from supper the other night. This was that Alfredo pasta that I had made as a homemade sidekick. I'm going to have this for lunch today and just clean up some items out of the fridge. We are also going to have some celery with peanut butter. Quick and simple to go with lunch. We took out some chicken drumsticks that we are going to have for supper tonight on the barbecue. We are going to make the Kraft pasta salad to go with it, and I think we're also going to have potatoes on the barbecue, but now that makes me think we're going to need a veggie that's not potatoes or pasta salad, something to go with it. I got to do some thinking. We decided we are going to use these roasted vegetables and we're going to throw them on the barbecue with some butter in this container. Potatoes and veggies are on. Potatoes have been on for a while. They need to cook longer than the frozen vegetables do. We'll get the lid down. We enjoy this pasta salad. I'm going to start serving this stuff up. The potatoes, the veggies, the Kraft Dinner pasta salad. This is all ready. The chicken is just finishing up, so we'll get this all ready so we can eat as soon as the chicken is done. Everything is plated and we are ready to eat. It's really good. Today for lunch, I am making a smoothie. I threw the half of a banana that we had in the freezer, so that's frozen. This is what's left of the strawberries. These are some of the frozen cherries that I processed last week, maybe week before. Milk, and I'm going to get out some protein powder. Smoothies for lunch. For supper tonight, we are going to have shrimp stir fry. I have these extra little mini corns in the freezer that will clean them out of there as well. And we're just going to have them over rice. We'll probably put some kind of a sauce on it. I don't know if we have a pre-made sauce or if I'll make a sauce. Rice is in. I am just warming the shrimp up enough. I mean, they're frozen and there was some crystallization. So I don't have this on a real high heat. I'm just warming them up enough that I'm going to be able to easily pull the tails off, and then I will throw in the veggies. I used half of the frozen package of stir-fry veggies. I added in the rest of those mini corns. I added in some mushrooms, and I also added in some peppers. I'm making a sauce. This is equal parts red pepper jelly, soy sauce, and spices, and then half as much olive oil. I'm just whisking it together, and I'm going to dump the whole thing right into here. We're going to stir this in and then serve it over rice. Shrimp stir fry. This looks really awesome. As you can see, the one on the left has all kinds of baby corns and the one on the right has 0 baby corns because one person in this house does not like baby corns. I'm not sure why they don't like baby corns because they are yummy. This just looks so good. And I made the rice and it turned out much better than my usual rice. I must say that. I made iced coffee and it is deadly. So I used the creamer. 1 second. I used the creamer. I'm going to say there was probably 2 tablespoons, maybe 3. Let's say 2. And I used the frother, made it nice and frothy. Then I put ice cubes in it. Then I used my Keurig and I chose the iced setting, so it wasn't real hot. The coffee came out into here and I just stirred it up. You can still see the froth on there. It is so good. Extra super delicious good. And it makes the largest size that my little Keurig makes is 12 ounces. So this was pretty good. This would work like for someone on their way to work in the morning, or this was just really good. And I don't even know what something like this would cost in the store. Maybe if you're lucky, if McDonald's has like $1 drinks on, but I don't even know if you can get iced coffee with that. Dreary day today. For lunch, we are going to eat the last of these 2 scramble kits. These are veggie only, and I have bacon bits in the fridge, so I'm just going to throw a handful of bacon bits in each one. For anyone who hasn't watched the video where I did the unboxing of these, they do not come with eggs inside of them. They come with prepackaged cheese and prepackaged veggies, and then you crack 1 or 2 eggs, depending on how many you want, into the scramble kit, and then you microwave, stir, and then microwave again. For me, it's just as simple, because I always have veggie scraps and veggies in the fridge. It's just as simple for me to make something like this in my own 1-cup glass container in the microwave. However, I can certainly see the value of something like this. If you are used to going through the drive-through every day, you're on your way to work, you want breakfast, and you're buying a pre-made through the drive-through premium convenience breakfast. And I can also see the benefit of something like this on a crazy morning. You've got kids, you're trying to get everybody out of the door. Sometimes life just happens. So I absolutely can see the value of these in certain situations. But you could also pre-make these. Throw the little baggies with whatever you want in the freezer and pull them out. And you could be making these yourself, depending on the price of them. Again, I'm not going to say it's never worth it. It's probably not worth it for me unless in specific circumstances with getting it on sale or a very good buy. But I can absolutely see the value. I'm past that most hectic part of your life when you have small kids, or sometimes even teenagers, are not easy, especially in the morning, but I'm past that part. So for me, making them myself is a better value. But again, I do see the value in things for other people in different circumstances. So let's get these made. So these are all stirred together. The way that it works, you put it in the microwave for 40 seconds, take it out, stir it for 1 egg, back in the microwave for an additional 30 seconds, stir and eat. Another circumstance where this might be a benefit is if you are away at work and you have kids home for the summer and they are now grabbing stuff for themselves, instead of a cold anything or whatever you might be comfortable with them making. Most of us are comfortable with our kids using the microwave. So another instance where this might be a benefit. And this is what they look like when they're done. And I thought these were the last 2 in the fridge, and I was just putting something away, and the eggs, and there's 2 more in there. Just they were in a different spot. I've taken out a 1/2 pound of frozen ground beef. I'm going to cook this up with taco seasoning. We are going to have taco salad for supper tonight. It was dreary, overcast, and cool earlier, but as you can see now, it is super sunny and it's getting really hot outside. So I'm going back to, I still want to have taco salad for supper, but I don't really want to be frying anything stovetop. So we are going to cook this in my steamer in the microwave. I am going to add in an onion and 2 peppers and the taco seasoning. We'll get that cooked up and then we'll be able to make the salads. Onions and peppers are in. So far, so good. I put some of the taco seasoning in before I put it in to cook for the first time. This is at 2 minutes. I'm going to add a little more taco seasoning, put it in again for another 2 or 3 minutes, and then check the beef. Okay, so we've got beds of lettuce. Let's get the taco meat on here. It's looking really good. And I added cheese, nachos on top, and each of us can now add sour cream and salsa to our particular taste. This looks super awesome. Taco salad. Well, I was wishing that we had some chips, but we don't have any chips. So what we do have is lots of popcorn and a popcorn maker. So that's what we're going to have for a snack. Salad with romaine lettuce, tomatoes, cucumbers, onions, and cheese. We are having company for supper tonight. We are going to cook mild Italian sausages on the barbecue, and we are also going to barbecue or roast. So roasted potatoes and roasted carrots in butter, both of them in those little silver trays and on the barbecue. Potatoes and carrots, so these are going to be glazed. These are also with butter but no brown sugar. These are going on the barbecue to go with the sausages. It's looking good so far. I'm going to make steamed cauliflower in cheese sauce, and we'll also have pickles as a side to go with supper. Potatoes are done. The glazed carrots are done, and in hindsight, we should have made double the quantity of carrots. We've got pickles and tomatoes. We're waiting for the cauliflower to finish cooking and the sausages. So night number one, first night of the week, we had burgers because we planned on having burgers. Day two was the day that I went out to lunch with my sister and my niece and several of the ladies that are neighbors to me on the road I live on. So we went out for lunch and we got home mid-afternoon. When we got home, we realized that we hadn't planned anything for supper. We hadn't taken anything out. We had all kinds of ideas, but they all involved items that were frozen solid in the freezer. So on night two, because we hadn't planned, we had burgers again. And then on day three, when I had all of the company come to the house, I had nothing, literally nothing prepared. So we defaulted again back to burgers and hot dogs. So 1, 2, 3 nights in a row, and that's enough for me. Like, I don't want to even see a burger for another couple days. And when we do, I'm thinking probably chicken burgers or maybe even fish burgers, or we actually have those pork burgers as well. So something totally different, just to give us a break from it. I don't mind repetitive eating when it's planned, but this was kind of an unplanned thing. And so, yeah, I'm burgered out. My garden is doing well. You guys can expect to see the garden update, except for the tomatoes. They're not doing well, on Monday. So I'll release that video on Monday. And I do still have some of the herbs that I was growing in my little sink or window herb garden. Some of them are still alive. Some of them aren't. I think I'm going to reseed, but we'll try to update about that as well on Monday. Thanks for tuning in. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I would really appreciate it if you would do so. That would help me. And I hope you all have a fantastic weekend. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.